Guys, today we are going to be doing a carburetor and fuel lines on a PR46BT Poulan Pro backpack blower. All the parts come in this nice little kit right here. It's got your, and HIPA is an awesome little aftermarket carburetor company. I don't have any issues with their parts at all. So comes a carburetor, gasket, some filters, spark plug, new primer bulbs, new grommets, fuel line, everything you need to do this job is right here in this box. All right, so first thing we're going to do is take off the air filter covers. Take out the air filter. It's two, looks like 5mm Allens. Take them out. Here, just before I get too far on this is the part number that I used. If you try to look it up for the actual blower, you get these other carburetor companies and they don't have theirs listed for this blower, although it will work on this blower perfect. That's the one I suggest. Alright, air filter cover off. Fuel lines, remove those from the carburetor. You don't care about these. These are new ones, but I'm replacing them anyways. Whenever you're doing the carburetor, replace fuel lines. You drain the gas, you put fresh, brand new gas each time. This is a 10mm. You just loosen it. I'm just going to use a pair of pliers. It doesn't take much to loosen it. Just loosen it up a little bit. Slide it right on out of the carburetor. Now the throttle cable will slide right out, just like so. For the grommet, we're going to use a flathead screwdriver. We're going to go ahead and just get up underneath it with a flathead and pry up, and it'll pop right out. Remove the filter, grommet and everything. Then we're going to go ahead and drain the gas. Alright, as you can see, they're the same carburetors, back, front. The most important part is, see, this is a large mouth on these, and the vacuum port that runs the fuel pump is down here. On other models it's smaller, you know, and the vacuum port is up here more, so you need to make sure you're getting the right one. Alright, so on this, these are made for multiple different uses. This one on the blower has this kind of a top, and this one does not. You can always just remove this and slot it. I find it's easier just to unbolt the top, slide it out, unbolt this top, slide it out, put this one where on the new one is all. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. The carburetors you find on Amazon that are supposedly for this blower are the wrong size. That's why I'm using this one. Take that off. Get old bolts out of the way. New carburetor. We want to use the new bolts that are in the new carburetor back in the new carburetor. It may have different threads than the other carburetor's bolts. It's important that we do that. So slide this one out, slide this one in, and then the bolts that came with the new carburetor go back in the new carburetor. Tighten them down. Just like so. Alright, we're going to get our new grommet and fuel line out. Oh, rubber ball running away here. I'm going to cut our fuel line into a point. You know what? Let me readjust this. Down to our white piece of table. We're going to cut a point into our fuel line. This way we can stab it down into our grommet. Stab it through the grommet. Just so we can get a piece that we can grab out. And grab the fuel line and just pull it through about 6 inches. And then we're going to cut the tip off. This is the side that's going to get a fuel filter. Where we go? Here we go. This fuel filter is actually a still fuel filter. It's really big. Alright. That's what they send in the kit, but get him on there nice and tight. Alright, and then we're gonna go back to the blower just to get an estimate. Alright, that should be more than enough line. It's actually going to be too long, so we're going to cut it off at that length, and we're going to cut the line into a point again. We're going to push it back through the grommet again on the second hole. This time we don't have to pull it so far through. We only have to get it, you know, just through, like maybe an inch. And then that's going to be longer. So the long one is the return line with no filter. The short one is the one that's got the filter on it. Alright, and we're going to stick it in again. Long one's got no filter, short one's got the filter. Stick the filter in the tank, all the way in. We're going to shove the back side into the tank first, and then work our way around to the front side. Just slowly work our way around. You can use like a flathead screwdriver if you want. Oh, that's filled. There we go. And just shove it in a little at a time, till you get it all the way in, just like so. Short one's got the filter, long one does not have the filter. I know I keep repeating myself, whatever. Alright, so now we're going to take the throttle cable. We're going to find the throttle arm. See if I can get this thing to focus here. But one side is a big opening and the other side is a little opening. The barrel of this goes right into the big opening. So, see, it's like that. And then we can pull it right down to the throttle. We want the cable to be pointing down when we tighten it. So we're going to go ahead and tighten this down. 10mm wrench if you want. I'm just going to use a pair of pliers. There we go, just like that. Then we're going to check the throttle, make sure it pulls it all the way out, in and out, like so. All right, that's not bad. It looks good. All right, I'm gonna leave the old gasket here, mainly because it's not damaged and it's longer, so it acts as a heat shield. Their gasket will work just fine. You won't even notice the difference. So if you have damage to this gasket, rip it off, clean your surfaces, and then put this gasket on. But if this has no damage, reuse the old one. All right, short line is to the filter. That's going to go to the big nipple right here, the one closest to the primer bulb. I'm going to put that there, just so we know where it goes. So it's going to go like that. This one's going to go to the smaller nipple. We're going to cut it to size. This is that good black still type fuel line too. That's why I like these kits. They're much better kits. There you go. And you want a little bit of slack on this so that when it does shrink, because all neoprene shrinks with the ethanol and the gas, it doesn't yank it off the carburetor or pull it out of the grommet. All right, so that's that. Then we're going to put this choke arm out towards the recoil, through the carburetor, through, and fasten it down nice and snug. Just like so. Everything is free. Let's go ahead and put some gas in it. I use an old Gatorade bottle. I got it mixed a little bit rich right now just so you can see the gas. But I dump my gas from the gas can into this Gatorade bottle to make sure there's no water on the bottom, make sure it's good, clean, fresh gas. I have customers that come back all the time after they dump their garbage gas and they're swearing up and down that it's me. But I do it this way every time with every machine. This way, I know it's not me. All right, and then we're gonna prime it up. And it primed up just fine. If it isn't priming up, if you look in here, if you got foam coming out of your filter, you've got these two lines backwards. We're gonna give her a try. I'm gonna give it a little bit of throttle, choke. She works fine. Works perfect. There is an adjustment screw right here. So sometimes this will bog when you hit the throttle. It'll go buh and try to die out or even die out. You would go counterclockwise with this, just like a quarter turn at a time until it doesn't bog anymore. And then once you're full throttle, you can fine tune it and find that peak full throttle on this. Right? This one's perfect though, so I don't even have to mess with it. And most of the time you won't have to mess with it, but if you do, if it bogs, it's that screw. The original one has a screw too. It's this one's a Pac-Man. Some of them are a Circle A, I think it's called. It's got a little pin that sticks out, sticks in there in a circle. So this one's nice, just a flathead screwdriver, super easy. All right, we'll put our air filter cover back on, and that should be it. I'll put the parts in the description below. Just click the link. Any advertising you want to do on my channel, message me. Be more than happy to have you. Make sure you guys give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Show me a little support. Peace.